Let me start the video off by saying this. I like Caleb Plant. He's a very hard worker. He has one of the best strength and conditioning coaches in Larry Wade. He works with Snack. He's a very hard worker. I mean, he's an overachiever. He accomplishes a lot in the sport of boxing. But this fight is not even going to be close. People that are giving him a chance, like Andre Ward predicted him a knockout, in order to knock Canelo out, he'd have to have one punch knockout power, and his record will reflect that, and it doesn't. So this is why I never choose sides when I'm analyzing fights, because it'll make me partial to a certain fighter that I have invested interest in. So I always try to approach a system very calm and cold. But in order for Caleb Plant to win this fight, he has to outpoint Canelo Alvarez or knock him out cold. And what's the probability of those two outcomes? Slim to none. It's not going to happen. I mean, Canelo keeps his guard up high and his chin tucked in between it, so it's going to be very hard to get to. And even if he does, knock Canelo down, he's going to get back up. I mean, I don't see no scenario in which Caleb Plant wins. I mean, he's going to be up for the fight. I know it. He's convinced he can win. He's fighting for his daughter. He has a lot to fight for. And he really believes he's going to win, but physics is everything. Canelo gives the image or illusion of irresistible force, and he's going to diminish Caleb Plant. Like the old timers would say, he has to knock him out just to get a draw. I mean, there's no way he's winning on points. But anyway, let's get to the science. So Canelo fights similar to this guy that Caleb Plant's fighting, except he carries a higher guard. But right there, notice that he steps to his right, cutting the ring off, and force Caleb Plant to his left. He's easy to control with someone who has patience. And right here, he does it again. He steps to his left right there, cut the ring off, and Caleb Plant is going to step heavy with his front foot and try to put it outside that guy's lead foot. And he throws a jab, but he's not in any threatening position right there. But just to keep him off of balance, he puts it out there so he can get his feet set. He's killing time, gets his feet back under him, and right as he's doing that, the guy steps in right there, and Caleb Plant gets really uncomfortable and back straight back up to the ropes. Canelo will be able to pin him and take his jab away, and that's the only way Caleb wins. Right here, he picks up his foot, cuts Caleb Plant off right there, and Caleb Plant gets uncomfortable and throws a left hook. And this fighter leans back just like Canelo, but he doesn't have his guard tight as Canelo, and Caleb Plant sneaks in a leaping jab so he can move the fight back to the center of the ring. And then he throws a right hand and misses and leaves counterpunch opportunities, and Canelo will take advantage of this. And the guy lets him inch his way back to the center of the ring because he respects him, because he was knocked down earlier in the fight. Also, this is the seventh round. Caleb Plant was gassed in the fight that he was winning and had knocked the guy down. Canelo's going to put a lot more pressure and is not going to give ground. Caleb Plant always sticks out his jab to try to measure. Like this guy inching close, and then Caleb Plant throws a lead uppercut, and then the guy counters. Canelo won't miss that counter. His hand speed is a lot faster, and Canelo's feet are more educated, and he has the experience and the confidence to throw the shots when the openings are there. Caleb Plant, not being in a good punching position, smothers and then grabs him. But watch this. He puts his hand up under Caleb Plant, and while Caleb Plant's leaning, he starts walking him back. That shows me that Caleb Plant can be bullied physically inside the ring, especially when he's tired. Watch this here. The guy throws the uppercut. Caleb Plant loads up instead of throwing the short shot, and the guy's onto it and blocks the shot. He misses his counterpunch opportunity. And when he tries to follow up with an uppercut, the guy throws a hook and catches Caleb Plant. Because when you open up with power, you're open for power. And that's ultimately going to lead to Caleb's demise, because he's going to try to keep Canelo off of him with power, and he's going to get countered a lot. Caleb was caught in this position a lot during the fight, and he dips his head down, and then he has his feet squared, comes up in the middle, and he gets caught. And then he goes to his right and then tries to smother him. He doesn't accept it, pulls his arms out, and tries to fight. And Canelo does this in every single fight that I've seen him in. He does not he does not accept the guy's clinch. He doesn't he doesn't make the silent agreement. He fights just like this guy's doing here. And Caleb looks like he's ready to go right at this point because he's gassed. It's the ninth round, and he's spent. You know, all the nutritionists and stuff that he's working with. I don't know, because he looked gassed in this fight. Maybe it was the physicality of the other guy, but Canelo's gonna not only have the physicality, but he's gonna also have the skill, the power, and the footwork. Look, Caleb Plant breathing with his mouth open. I think this fight is going to end up late round knockout, perhaps 7th to the 12th round, because that's when he gassed out in this fight, when he had a big physical body in there with him. Anyone who watches my channel know I'm big on the mental aspect and fighters letting you take a peek into their mind at the press conference. I see the fight going exactly like this. Canelo putting the pressure on Caleb Plant and him slowly starting to diminish. Canelo being a superior boxer with a better footwork, speed, and great counterpunching ability with hard counterpunches. He's an aggressive counterpuncher like Mike Tyson, exactly like the press conference, where he uses his reflex, catches him laying on the right side, and ends the fight with the right hand. But anyway, it's the Boxer Scholar, and I'm out. Or the uppercut, because you know that's Canelo's best punch. I can see him either throwing an uppercut right hand combo or just dazing him with the uppercut and then finishing him off with the right hand. But anyway, it's the Boxer Scholar, and I'm out.